Please tell me how I can get Luis out of my system, because everything that I've tried so far has not worked. I can't seem to get this image of Luis and Fancy kissing out of my head. And it's all I can do to not think of Luis and Fancy making love at that B&B. But what is wrong with me? I shouldn't be focusing on Luis. I should be focusing on Chris and James. They are my family now. They are my future, not Luis.
Honey, I think the problem is that you love Luis far too much to ever let him go.
No, that can't be it. I'm not obsessed with Luis. Gwen, I'm not in love with Luis. I mean, I won't deny that I have feelings for him, but that's not the problem here. The problem is Luis and Fancy being together. That I can't seem to get a grip on.
Well, I think that maybe you're so worked up about them because you are still in love with Luis. And you're jealous now, you know, because he's with Fancy.
But you know I gave Luis and Fancy my blessing to be together.
Then why did you stalk them?
I didn't stalk them. I simply followed them because I was worried that they were taking things too far, too soon.
Okay. Maybe it's because you're afraid that once Luis commits to Fancy that he will never be with you again.
Well, that would mean that I'm petty and selfish.
No, it wouldn't. Not if you still love him.
But I gave Luis my blessing to be with Fancy.
Well, honey, maybe that was wrong for you to do that.
Really?
Look, if you want Luis back, you have to tell him how you feel.
But Luis is with Fancy.
So they'll both hear it at the same time. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the longer this goes on, the more awkward and painful it's going to be for everyone involved. Sheridan, you have to go find Luis right now and tell him that you want him back. I still have a temperature. Hey, are you okay? God, you took so long in the bathroom. I thought maybe you were getting sick yourself.
That's sweet of you to worry. I'm feeling much better now about things.
Well, good. So you're gonna take my advice and tell Luis you want him back?
I can't.
Sheridan,
I am finished with Luis.
No, you are not. You still love him.
I am finished with Luis. I cannot risk losing Marty again.
Marty. Don't you mean James?
Did I say Marty? Of course, yes. I mean, I mean James. I can't risk losing James like I did Marty and my baby with Chris.
Oh my God, I think she's having a nervous breakdown. Have you thought that maybe part of the reason you're upset with Luis is because you're still grieving for Marty?
Gwen, you and I both know a mother never gets over the loss of a child. But I have come to terms with the death of Marty and my baby with Chris, just like you had to come to terms with the death of Sarah.
Now, wait a second. That was Teresa's fault. Teresa killed my Sarah.
You know, you talk about my obsession with Luis. What about your obsession with Teresa, your fear that she'll steal Ethan away from you again?
I'm not worried about that anymore.
Well, maybe you should be. Because it's obvious that you're not over the fact that she stole Ethan away from you once before. In fact, I think you're afraid that she'll do it again. If one of us is obsessed with a man, it's you, not me.
Well, call me obsessed if you want. I call it being vigilant. But the bigger picture here is letting go of someone if they die or if a relationship ends is really hard.
Okay, I have had a hard time letting go of Luis, but hey, I've done it.
Who is she kidding? I would like to believe that, but the way you followed Luis and Fancy tonight says otherwise. I think the thought of them being intimate together is making you crazy.
You know, I would spend less time analyzing me and more time worrying about Ethan if I were you.
Excuse me?
The whole town knows that Ethan loves Teresa more than he loves you. So why don't you just get it over with and divorce Ethan now before he has a chance to leave you for Teresa?
You are so out of line. Why are you trying to hurt me when I'm trying to help you?
You are not helping me by telling me what to do.
You just told me to get it over with and divorce my husband.
No. Before that, go tell Luis you want him back. Really, Gwen, where is your brain? I am perfectly content with my husband and son, and you think that I should just desert them because you think it's a good idea.
Either my fever is making me hallucinate, or she is totally losing control. Okay. You say you are content with James and Chris.
What's your point?
Is James the only reason you're staying with Chris? Because you've made him a substitute for Marty when you know in your heart you are still in love with Luis? Do you really want to be with Chris? Or are you only with him because of James?
Are you saying that I don't love my husband?
Sheridan, I'm just trying to help you sort out your feelings.
You know what? You're doing exactly what Eve did to me. Peppering me with questions. Trying to make me feel like I'm crazy.
Well, I'm not saying you're crazy, but you're definitely not acting like yourself.
But whatever I am, I can manage my life all by myself.
Oh, come on.
No! Some friend you are. All you've done is confuse me and make me feel worse than I was before.
Please wait. Don't do anything without thinking. Or you're gonna make a big mistake.